Good afternoon. My name is Robert Oliva, and I have the privilege of serving St. Francis College as the Vice President of Enrollment Management and Community Relations. On behalf of the entire SFC community, it is my absolute honor to welcome you to this unforgettable commencement ceremony celebrating the bold, celebrating the brilliant, and celebrating the resilient class of 2025. Today is more than just a ceremony. It's a celebration of everything you've overcome, everything you've achieved, and everything that's still ahead. It's a moment to recognize the late nights, the early mornings, the breakthroughs, the setbacks, and the comebacks. To our graduates, you did it. You pushed through, you rose up, and today you shine. To the families, friends, faculty, and staff, thank you. Your encouragement, your support, and your belief in these students helped make today possible. At St. Francis College, we're not just preparing students for degrees. We're preparing them for lives of meaning, purpose, and leadership. And that's what sets us apart. We are bold, we are joyful, and we are unapologetic about who we are. We believe in community, we believe in growth, we believe in walking with our students, not just to the finish line, but far beyond it. Graduates, take with you the values that define this incredible college. The curiosity that led you here, the service that grounds us in a Franciscan tradition, and the drive for excellence that now lives within you. You are ready to make an impact, and we can't wait to see how far you'll go. This is your moment. Own it, celebrate it, and carry it forward with pride. Thank you for allowing us to be part of this incredible journey. From your first step on campus to this unforgettable milestone, this is what it's all about. Congratulations to the class of 2025. We now come to a moment of reflection and unity as we pause to celebrate the accomplishments of our graduates and the values of our nation. Please rise and join us in the singing of our national anthem performed by St. Francis College Assistant Professor of Mathematics, Dr. Rayanne Kiriakou.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
It is with great pride and gratitude that we welcome Brother Bill Boslett, class of 1970. A cherished leader in both the Franciscan and St. Francis College communities. Brother Bill is the former Superior General of the Franciscan Brothers of Brooklyn and a dedicated member of our Board of Trustees. Please join me in extending a warm and heartfelt welcome to Brother Bill Boslett.
Good morning. Loving God and source of all life, we are gathered here today to celebrate, to congratulate, and to give thanks. We ask you to bless each of us and the many friendships that sustain us. Dear God, please bless the graduates of the class of 2025 in a special way. We thank them for the gifts which they are and have been to St. Francis College. For each of them and for their families and friends, we pray in the words of St. Francis, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord let his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord look upon you kindly and give you peace. Amen.
Today, we have the privilege of being joined by Brooklyn District Attorney Eric Gonzalez, who leads the nation's largest, most diverse, and innovative prosecutor's office. We are truly fortunate to have a district attorney with an unwavering commitment to strengthening our communities and ensuring the safety of Brooklyn residents. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to District Attorney Gonzalez.
Good afternoon, St. Francis. I'm Eric Gonzalez, the District Attorney of Brooklyn, and I want to thank President Cecere for inviting me to join you on this extraordinary day. I want to tell you, I'm beaming with pride to looking at all of you, all of the graduates. You look so wonderful. Their families look so happy. To the graduating class of 2025, this is a big moment in your lives. It's also a big moment in the lives of your friends, family, and loved ones who came here to support you. So let's give a round of applause to them. It's, you know, I feel a little bit emotional looking at all of you. I was telling the president that I have a son who's also graduating this year, and you realize how far you've come in your journeys, giving, and none of you got here by yourselves, right? You got here because people supported you, your teachers, your professors, people in the community, and of course your family and friends have supported you to get you ready to meet this moment. And as district attorney, I represent and oversee an office of more than 1,300 people. There's lawyers, there are investigators, and other kind of professionals in my office. The work of the DA really is incredible. We have extraordinary authority to make decisions that affect people's lives. And we do that each and every day. That kind of power can help shape neighborhoods. It helps build trust in our justice system. Or if we don't do it right, it helps erode trust. And that's why I demand from the people who work for you in the district attorney's office more than simple legal skill or ambition. I demand that their work be rooted in shared community values. Graduates, the real test of character isn't going to be what you do when things are easy. It's how you're going to lead when the stakes are high. That's why I'm so proud to be here with you today on your graduation, because I believe in this institution. St. Francis College is an institution rooted in the Franciscan values of compassion, justice, and humility. These aren't abstract values. or principles. They're the bedrock of what I think real leadership is about. And if you need proof that these values that you've been taught over the last several years can take you far, just look at the new Pope. Leo XIV, who hails from Chicago, went to Villanova. It turns out that you can be an American, you can go to Catholic college, and you can become the Pope. So keep your resumes updated. You never know what the future brings. But the truth is, whether you're called to lead a church, a company, or a courtroom, or simply lead your own life with dignity, those same values will serve you. They're not just the foundation of faith, they're a blueprint for success and making an impact. We live in complicated times. We need your talent, we need your skills, and we need your optimism. So graduates, please raise your voice and stand up for something bigger than yourself. Remember, true success is not about the things you accumulate in life. It's about what you contribute. It's about the people you fight for. It's for the injustices you refuse to ignore. And it's for the community you help lead forward. Graduates, I am so proud of you. Brooklyn is proud of you. Class of 2025, congratulations. Go make your mark in life. Know that Brooklyn is behind you each and every step of the way, and so are the people who helped get you to this point in your life. We're very proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you, D.A. Gonzalez. We are also honored to be joined by Council Member Rita Joseph, who represents the 40th District in the New York City Council, encompassing the beautiful King's Theater, where our ceremony is taking place today. After a distinguished 23-year career dedicated to making a difference in the lives of students at PS6 in Brooklyn, Councilmember Joseph continues to positively impact the lives of students throughout the city of New York as chair of the Council's Education Committee. It is also noteworthy to mention that Councilmember Joseph is a proud graduate of the St. Francis College class of 2004. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to my classmate, Councilmember Rita Joseph.
Good afternoon, St. Francis. I am home. Thank you. What a beautiful day to celebrate you, the graduating class of St. Francis College. I am Councilmember Rita Joseph, Chair of the Committee on Education in the New York City Council. Welcome to the 40th Council District, one of our crown jewels, the King's Theater. As I stand here before you today, I feel incredibly proud, not just as a council member, but as alumni of St. Francis College. That's right, I'm a proud alumni of this institution. And let me tell you, the foundation I built here at St. Francis has guided me through every challenge, every success, and every step of my journey in public service. This college doesn't just teach you how to succeed, it teaches you how to lead with heart. And I see the same heart in each of you today. Graduates, you're stepping into a world that desperately needs your vision, your courage, and your compassion. Whether you're heading into public service, business, education, healthcare, or the arts, know this: you have a role to play in shaping the future of our society. We are living in times where truth, justice, equity, and empathy must be the champion boldly, and I truly believe that this generation, you are the steward of that change. You are the ones who will raise the bar for what is possible. You are the ones who will challenge the status quo. You are the ones who will speak up for those voices too often go unheard. And through it all, I encourage you to remain anchored in your values. Let the service be your compass. Let kindness be your legacy. And never forget the power of community, that St. Francis Spirit has brought you here and will carry you forward. To the families, to the professors, mentors, and friends who supported these graduates, thank you. Your beliefs in them have helped them arrive at this milestone. Your continued encouragement will help them soar. Class of 2025, I am proud of you. The world needs your brilliance, your boldness, and your belief in a better tomorrow. Go out there and build it. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2025. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Joseph. And now it is my great honor to introduce a leader whose energy, experience, passion, and vision guides St. Francis College every day. The 20th president of St. Francis College, Tim Cecere.
When you're a college president, you're asked to make a lot of speeches, and I do that. But today, I have a speech prepared, and I will make a speech. But I just want to take a moment before that to speak to you authentically from the heart. So, my name is Tim Cecere, and I'm the president of St. Francis College, the proud president. And I represent all these wonderful people behind me who give their time, effort, energy, selflessly to make the experience for your graduates, the students of St. Francis College, the very, very best that it can be. So I just want to take a moment to collectively thank all of them, and I would like you to thank all of them who do this on their own time. No one here is paid to do anything. We're here because we believe in you and we love you. So please, how about a round of applause for all these wonderful people sitting behind you. One other thing I want to tell you from the heart is that standing here in the year 2025 at this beautiful, beautiful King's Theater, how many of you are here for the very first time to the King's Theater? Just raise hands so I can see. Wow, amazing. Isn't it beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. What a wonderful place. I wish we could come here every year, and we will, to celebrate this graduation because it speaks so much to who we are. And speaking of who we are, I was born in East New York, Brooklyn, 305 Jerome Street. Is anybody here from East New York, Brooklyn? Okay, so I can get a ride home? The reason I mention that is because I want everyone here to know that the authenticity that St. Francis College brings to our students is pure. It is who we are. I worked in corporate America for decades. I traveled the world. I did so many things that I never thought a kid born on Jerome Street would ever be able to accomplish. But I had a college education. Very few kids from my neighborhood had a college education. So I want you to know that this day is a pivotal change in all of your lives because you now have what I got, a college education, and no one can ever take that away from you. No one can ever say you don't have it, and the world and opportunities are now limitless. It's what we celebrate on this day. So I want you to know that it is not lost on me that all these years later, I'm back in Brooklyn to see all of you beautiful people in this wonderful place to say, thank you for trusting in St. Francis College. Thank you for trusting in me. We are better than the rest. We are fairer than the rest. And we deliver what we say we're going to deliver. And I want to thank you very much, this kid from East New York, Brooklyn, from the bottom of my heart. So thank you very, very much for today. And now I need to put my glasses on for the speech. Okay, I'm going to sound formal now. Welcome, Borough President Reynoso. Is Antonio? Oh, there he is. Okay, great. Good to see you. District Attorney Gonzalez, Councilmember Rita Joseph, Jean Desravine, our Keynote, also a graduate of the college, members of the Board of Trustees, the Alumni Association, the Cabinet, faculty, staff, parents, family members, and most importantly, our graduates. Now, one other thing off script. When the graduates come up on stage and shake our hand, I want the families to scream and cheer for them because the smiles Thank you. Because it is one of those moments. It energizes us. The smiles on the students' faces say it all, and it is a pivotal moment. So please, celebrate when we celebrate. Do not hold back. So my name is Tim Cecere, and I am the proud president of St. Francis College. I say proud because I am proud of all of you, the graduating class of 2025. I've seen you around campus this past month at award ceremonies, parties, lectures, other gatherings, where we celebrated in the joy of the accomplishment we enshrine today, the official conferring of your degree. The good Lord has blessed us to be here today, this glorious day, in this magnificent theater, among family, friends, loved ones who know how hard you have worked, who appreciate the meaning of this ceremony in your life, and by the way, in theirs, and now see the reward for all of the sacrifices that were made to make this day possible. We have many distinguished speakers and dignitaries today that I mentioned, so I will be considerately brief in my message to you. But of course, I'm happy to speak with you, any of you at any point, to share your thoughts and reflections. However, I will say this to you today. You have accomplished what a very small percentage of the population accomplishes with respect to education. You are and will forever be college graduates. Education is a lifelong journey. You should never stop learning because life never stops teaching. Embrace the responsibility of Franciscan values to always strive to make the world a better place. Make a conscious effort to understand others. Make a commitment to mutual respect. Know your value. Own your agency, and never let others tell you how to think about things or compel you to say things you don't want to say. Always be willing and open to change. A healthy society must adapt and change with the times. While our values remain constant, our application and understanding of those values needs some room at times to breathe. Remain curious, but not judgmental. Each experience should be couched in the quest for authentic truth. Reinvent yourself every 3 to 5 years. How do you do this? Learn a new skill, learn a new language, get a new professional license or degree, join clubs, community groups, learn to play that instrument you always wanted to play, take a dance class, yoga. This will fill your life in ways you will be grateful for, and you'll be a more interesting person. You'll increase your network of friends and relationships, which are oh so important in life. Your relationships should go beyond your arm's length where you hold your iPhone. Always set new goals for yourself, because sometimes I've found out when we get what we want, we realize how limited our goals were. Be respectful in disagreement, because when the conflict ends and life continues, and it always will, those you value and are closest to will remember how you treated them when you disagreed, and they'll trust you more deeply on the long and winding road of life. Those of us who've been around for a while, I'm looking around, we've been around for a while, we know that in life, you get to choose one of two things: a success story or something to blame your failures on. And most of the time, you can control that. So graduates, as you have shown today, I want you to continue to choose the success story to define your life. And forget failure. Failure is not an option. So congratulations to all of you. May God bless you and your families, and may God continue to bless our beautiful, beautiful St. Francis College. Thank you very much. So as we continue to celebrate this incredible moment for the class of 2025, it's now my privilege to introduce someone whose journey also began right here in Brooklyn and whose life's work reflects the very mission of St. Francis College, rooted in service, leadership, and a commitment to uplifting things and others. Jean Desravines was born and raised in Brooklyn, graduated from Nazareth Regional High School, and then found his home at St. Francis College. He earned his degree as a proud member. It's okay if I say the year, Jean? No. Of the class of 1994. Today, Jean is the Chief Executive Officer of New Leaders, a national not-for-profit focused on promoting fairness and opportunity in education. Under Jean's leadership, the organization has raised more than $500 million, that's billion with a B, dollars, and launched innovative collaborations, including one very crucial one with St. Francis College, and that is to help train and support the next generation of teachers across New York State, which is so, so badly needed. In addition to Jean's work at New Leaders, he serves on several boards, including 2 corporate boards, Houghton Mifflin Harcourt, the largest educational technology company in the country, and KinderCare, the largest provider of early childhood education in these beautiful United States. He has been featured in numerous national publications, including the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, and Forbes magazine. Never heard of them. And he is the co-author of 2 books that explore leadership and innovation in education. And later this year, I'm happy to tell you, Jean will begin a new chapter as the incoming president of the Wallace Foundation, a national philanthropic institution with $2 billion, once again with a B, in assets and over $100 million in annual giving, focused on education and the arts. Despite his many achievements, Jean remains grounded in his faith, I can tell you, a humble man, his family and his Franciscan values. His wife is Melissa, and he's been married for over 30 years, and the proud parents of Mia and Jalen. So please, please join me in giving a warm welcome to our keynote speaker who's here today for you, Mr. Jean Desravines. Jean, come on up.
Good afternoon. We're going to do this again. Good afternoon. All right. I have one question for you. Is Brooklyn in the house? All right. To the class of 2025, first and most importantly, congratulations. I know firsthand, to get to this point, there's been blood, sweat, and some tears. Now, Tim shared when I graduated. So I graduated a long time ago. And here's what I remember. I remember sitting where you're seated, trying to soak it all in. I also remember wanting the ceremony to be over, so I could go out with friends and family to enjoy the day. So on that note, what I want to do is share 3 themes with you. And I'll share these 3 themes through a set of short stories. And my hope is that you see yourself in these stories. Theme 1, the importance of having gratitude. To the class of 2025, I ask you to do me a favor. Close your eyes. Think about who has helped you achieve this milestone. It could be a parent, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, a classmate, a professor. Open your eyes turn to that person and say thank you. Try to find them, keep them in your mind, just say thank you. That's right, that's right. And it's okay to say you're welcome. The notion of gratitude is important. Oftentimes, when we achieve something, we tend to forget or minimize who helped get us to the point. Gratitude shows appreciation to others, but it also helps you in times of adversity to have perspective and appreciation. I often think about the many people who've helped get me to this point. President Tim alluded to my wife, Melissa, of over 30 years. My son, Jalen, my daughter, Mia, my sister, nieces, nephews, and my many friends. But I also think about the many people at St. Francis College who, during my darkest hours, was there for me. So in the spirit of practicing what you preach, I say thank you. Now, Tim shared my professional accolades. And professional milestones are important. But what's more important is your personal journey. It serves as a foundation to get you to where you are today. The second theme is focused on having the confidence to know you belong in any room. I'm the youngest of 10. Yeah, you heard right, 10. First generation Haitian American. Huh? Huh? Thank you, thank you. My father was a judge in Haiti. He left Haiti because he did not want to work for a dictatorship. And when he came to America, he didn't speak English. So he took 2 jobs, one as a janitor, the second one as a security guard, to take care of his family and to send money back home. When it was time to go to high school, my parents enrolled me in the large comprehensive high school, public high school. 4,000 kids, less than 18% graduation rate. And after 2 days, my father said, if you stay here, you'll end up dead or in prison. Pulled me out, took a 3rd job, driving a cab, to send me to Nazareth Regional High School so he could pay my tuition. At the start of my senior year, my father had a massive heart attack behind the wheel of the cab. He passed away at the age of 59. My mother, who was with my father for 42 years, had a mental breakdown 2 weeks later and was institutionalized. At the age of 17, it was more pain than I thought I could endure. I went to my high school vice principal and said, I've got to drop out. I need to find a place to live, and I need a job to take care of myself. And he said, no, you will not drop out. He helped me find a place to live, and he helped me get a job. But he also said to me, you need to go to college. And there is this small magical school in downtown Brooklyn that I think you would be a perfect fit for. You know which school I'm talking about, right? I applied to St. Francis, and not only did I get in, I received an academic and an athletic scholarship. And while that helped, it wasn't enough. I still needed to work. So I went to my track coach and I said, I need a job because I've got to take care of myself and I've got to help my family. And coach said to me, what do you want to do? Now, I'm sure you've heard that question. It could be a daunting question when you're 18. I knew I wanted to be in education because of what my vice principal did for me. And he said, you know what? As it turns out, the president of St. Francis College at the time, Dr. Frank Macriola, used to be the chancellor of the New York City Public Schools. It's a big job. He said, I'm going to introduce you to the president. He introduced me to the president, and the president helped me get a job at the New York City Public Schools as an intern. Now, fast forward, 10 years later, I've gotten a few promotions, and I'm feeling good. I'm starting to be on my path. A new mayor comes in, Mayor Michael Bloomberg. Mayor Bloomberg appoints a gentleman by the name of Joe Klein as chancellor. During their first press conference, they said to me, we're going to fire everybody who's worked at the New York City Public Schools because we only want to hire the best and the brightest. Once I heard that, I looked for other jobs, I found a job, and I resigned. 2 days before I left, I met Joe Klein, and he said to me, I don't want you to leave. I want you to stay. I ended up staying for 5 years, working for Mayor Bloomberg and Joe Klein. It was a transformative experience. Now, in hindsight, it's clear why I resigned. The notion that a Haitian American that dealt with so much hardship, who went to a small college in Brooklyn, could be deemed the best and the brightest was foreign to me. The notion that I could hold my own in front of leaders who ran multi-billion-dollar companies was unbelievable to me. It was a classic case of imposter syndrome. Now, as you all reflect on this story, I'm sure there are aspects of the story that resonates with you. I'm sure as you listen to the story, some of that story sounds like your story. You come from immigrant heritage. You have family members who work multiple jobs to take care of themselves, to help our family members. You may have had to hustle, to work while studying to get to this point. Which leads to you wondering at times, am I capable? I'm here to tell you, as you embark on your next journey, your next professional journey, you will have moments when you will be in rooms, you will be part of conversations where you will ask yourself, do I belong? I am here to tell you, you absolutely belong. You belong because of the journey you've taken to get to this point. You belong because of the hardships, the challenges, the obstacles that's allowed you to get to this point. You belong because you've attended a small, magical college that has poured into you. Never, ever doubt that you belong. I'm living proof. My final theme is around the importance of living a life of purpose and meaning. Now, as I look out, it's clear to me, you all are young. And my hope for you is that you live a long and prosperous life. That you are around friends and family who loves you and who cares for you. And yet, at some point, you will have to deal with your own mortality. Unfortunately for me, that point came 10 years ago. I went for a physical, and my doctor said, "You've got to come back. My machine is broken." That led through an 8-month ordeal where I saw 5 specialists. I finally saw a specialist in Dana-Farber, Boston. And he said to me, "I've got bad news and somewhat good news." Now, you never want your doctor saying he has bad news and somewhat good news. So I said, I want to hear the bad news first. He said, "You have a rare blood disease called aplastic anemia. Without treatment, you'll be dead in 18 months. He said, "But now there's somewhat good news. Aplastic anemia is curable, but it requires a bone marrow transplant." He said, "Lucky for you, you have a bunch of siblings, so you'll likely have a match." And as it so happened, my sister, Lucy, my guardian angel, was a match. So now I'm feeling good. I'm about to get cured. But before Dr. Anton walked away, he said, "You should not think of it that way. People who go through a bone marrow transplant have a 25% chance of dying within a year." So he ended the consultation by saying to me, "Make sure you have your life in order." That comment was a bolt of lightning. I immediately felt this deep sense of sadness because it meant I would not get to see my son, my daughter, my nieces and nephews graduate high school, graduate college, get married. But simultaneously, I had this deep sense of satisfaction and of peace. And I felt this sense of satisfaction and peace because I knew I've lived a life of meaning and purpose. Now, as you embark on the next phase of your journey, a few things to keep in mind. One, it's perfectly fine to want to make money. If someone tells you money is not important, it's because they're already rich or they're naive. And just as importantly, you've got to find opportunities where you can solve big societal problems. You've also got to think about ways in which you give back and you pay it forward. There is no more professional satisfaction than knowing you've lived a life of meaning and purpose. As I conclude, I don't usually get this personal when I give remarks, but Tim mentioned the importance of being authentic. You are part of my family, the St. Francis community. You could not be dearer to my heart. As you all have listened to me, I hope facets of what I've shared has resonated with you. I am who I am today because of St. Francis, the many souls who shepherded me through my darkest hours. When the Franciscan brothers came to America 150 years ago to teach the immigrant population, they had no idea what this esteemed institution would look like today. We are now part of that legacy. As you think about your next chapter, I hope that the knowledge base, the perseverance, the community that you have formed at St. Francis will fuel you. And that fuel will allow you to live out your dreams. And that those dreams will lead to a more just and fair world. I congratulate you and all of those people, both in this auditorium and beyond, who's allowed you to achieve this momentous milestone. Thank you.
And today, Mr. Jean Desravines officially becomes Dr. Jean Desravines. For all of the reasons so eloquently shared by President Cecere, and for the many more known by those whose lives he inspired, St. Francis College is proud and honored to confer upon him the Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Jean Desravines. It is our honor to welcome Brooklyn Borough President Antonio Reynoso, a lifelong Brooklynite and dedicated public servant. Known for his bold leadership, commitment to opportunity, and deep love for the borough, Borough President Reynoso continues to champion access, progress, and positive change for all Brooklynites. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to our Borough President.
Good afternoon. My name is Antonio Reynoso, and I'm the president of the greatest borough in the city of New York, which is Brooklyn. And I'm gonna leave you with just one quote from one of the greatest poets to ever grace the great land of Brooklyn. His name is Christopher Wallace, and most people know him as the Notorious B.I.G. And if you leave with anything today, leave with this: to spread love, because it's the Brooklyn way. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Borough President Reynoso. It is now my honor to introduce the valedictorian for the class of 2025, Riyadh Itani. A remarkable biology major and international student from Lebanon. Riyadh has spent the past 2 years interning and now working at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in the Epigenetics Research and Innovation Lab, gaining invaluable experience at the cutting edge of cancer research. He plans to apply to medical school this summer with aspirations to become a neurosurgeon or an orthopedic surgeon. On campus, Riyadh served as treasurer of both the Pre-Med and Health Professions Club and the Middle Eastern Students Association. He has also worked as a lab assistant, a chemistry tutor, and conducted research with Dr. Maria Frias on the role of PLD in human cancer development. Please join me in welcoming the valedictorian for the class of 2025, Riyadh Itani.
Before I start, I think I have to take the best photo in the house, right? Everyone smile. Good afternoon, President Cecere, members of the Board of Trustees, esteemed faculty and staff, family, friends, and most importantly, to you, us, the graduating class of 2025. It is an incredible honor to stand before you today, not just as your valedictorian, but as your fellow student, classmate, and friend. When we arrived at St. Francis College, we were wide-eyed students from across the 5 boroughs, across the country, and across the world. We had a little fear, but a lot of hope. I still remember walking through SFC's doors, overwhelmed by the rhythm of Brooklyn and the pressure I put on myself to succeed. I think many of us felt that same pressure because we were chasing something, a version of ourselves we had not yet met. And now, standing here on this stage, I realize, whoa, where did all the time go? It flew by. And amidst all these celebrations, I want to share a quote from one of my favorite movie characters, Ferris Bueller. He said, "Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it." So class of 2025, moving forward, I want you to remember to take a step back. Breathe. Breathe. Be present. Look around. This journey we're on is too beautiful to rush through. Because if we look back, the most meaningful parts of our time at SFC are not on a transcript or a resume. They are lived in the quiet moments, in the mornings at the library, in the late nights trying to understand just one more concept before an exam, and in that countdown to that dreadful midnight deadline. I'm kind of anxious thinking about it right now. If I tell you, throughout our time here, we've spent 1,800 hours in classrooms Would you believe it? That is 75 full days of our lives, just in class, not counting labs, study sessions, office hours, or those random conversations we have in the hallways. I want you to realize that each one of those hours mattered. They were hours when we challenged ourselves to think differently, grow, and show up. Even when we were tired, overwhelmed, and uncertain of what came next. But I am certain that during all these times, we were guided by some extraordinary professors who saw more in us than we did in ourselves. Under their tutelage, we dove into some riveting topics. We wrestled with the complexity of biology and physiology. And I say wrestled because, as Dr. Brodowski likes to say, if you want to learn biology, it's simple. Memorize all 14 volumes of rules without the exceptions. But beyond memorization, we learned something bigger. To understand how we breathe, move, and heal is to understand how to care. Class of 2025, never forget to be kind and caring. Even when you are lost in the chaos of reactions and molecules, asking Dr. Davidson back in chemistry every possible question, and at some point thinking, what's the point of all this? Never forget the bigger picture. Look at the historic stories of all individuals who've been here before us, because as Dr. Platt teaches us, history is a lens. Look through it. People have survived tough times. So will we. An amazing example of this is my family, particularly my father, Abdul Latif. He grew up during Lebanon's civil war, but he did not let that stop him. He kept learning, exploring, and pushing his known limits. Even later, when the pandemic sent Lebanon's economy into freefall, he kept reassuring me and my siblings to stay focused on our goals, and he would handle the rest. That kind of steady courage is something I always carry with me every day. But where would I be if I don't mention my mother, Diana, the one who always sacrifices for the rest, the person who is always reminding me to stay curious, open-minded, faithful, and meet life with a smile. That smile has carried me through more than she knows. So class of 2025, I know we're all smiling right now because it's our graduation, but I want to ask you to stand up and just for a moment, applaud all your family members and friends who are here supporting you today. Shout out to all the mothers, fathers, grandparents, uncles, aunts, cousins. You are the heartbeat of this journey. Growing up in Lebanon, studying in a French institution, Collège Protestant Français, I didn't fully appreciate the depth of our contribution to the world until I left for college. Lebanese people today represent the world's leading physicians, lawyers, entrepreneurs, and humanitarians. But before all that, we are Phoenicians. We created the alphabet. We built ships and shared knowledge across the seas. And even in turbulent times, most recently, when the world tried to write us off, we made sure to write back. And when I think about what I carry from Lebanon, it's warmth, it's grit, and it's stubborn optimism. I'm reminded that I don't just represent where I've been, but where I'm going. And that is why the symbol of the phoenix resonates with me so deeply, not just as a mythical creature that rises from its ashes, but as a reflection of our spirit, the class of 2025's spirit. We did not have an ordinary college experience. We were shaped by a pandemic, shaken by global conflicts, challenged by continuous uncertainty. We ask questions about purpose and justice that have no easy answers. But as Dr. Chopin taught us, it's not always about finding the right answer, but figuring it out as we go. And class of 2025, we did just that. We did not just survive, we transformed. And like a phoenix, we soared. We adapted in ways our younger selves never could have imagined. We persisted when plans changed. We showed up when we could have checked out. And we led even when we were still learning how to stand. We also stepped into the world beyond the classroom, into research, internships, and experiences. During my time in Dr. Hamad's lab, I learned the value of digging deeper, asking better questions, and trusting the process. I learned that failure isn't the end. It's data, it's direction, it's part of discovery. But above all, I learned to stay curious. Because there will be setbacks, but as Denzel Washington once said, fall forward, move with purpose, never stand still, and again, stay curious. Because that innate human feeling of curiosity is what made us reach out on day one of classes and meet our friends who sit now beside us. These friends who helped us through 3 a.m. breakdowns and 3 p.m. presentations. We are the essence of this community of future leaders have now started to write our parts into the next chapter of humanity's textbook. So let's write it well. Let's make it memorable. Let's never forget to be purposeful. Let's never forget to serve. Let's never forget that knowledge means little without compassion. Because whatever path we take, the world does not just need intelligence, it needs empathy. It needs people who care, people who listen, people who lead, as both my grandfathers say, with courage and kindness. So today, as we close this chapter, our degrees, remember, they're not just credentials. They are commitments to do good, to be better, and to never stop learning. Class of 2025, I am proud of us, proud of the student who found their voice, proud of the first generation graduate who changed the course of their family's history. Let's go. Proud of the athlete, the artist, the scientist, and the dreamer. Proud of every single one of us who showed up and gave it their all. We certainly did not take the easy road. We took the meaningful one. So let us go change the world, not someday, but starting now. Thank you.
Thank you, Riyadh. Finally, the moment you have all been waiting for. Board of Trustees, President Cecere, administrators, faculty, and staff, it is my pleasure to present the class of 2025 candidates for graduation. While the names are called, we kindly ask that you embrace the Franciscan value of hospitality that has been the cornerstone of your experience at St. Francis College. Please stay for the entire ceremony, honoring and respecting every graduate and their family members from the beginning to the end. Students receiving associate's degrees: Fiona, Corinne Jean, Jada Silva, Matthew Romano, Rudy Velasco, Bridget Gomez Rivera, Mia Elena Del Hoyo. Receiving bachelor's degrees: Kaylee Garcia, Ashanti Woods, Melanie Magno Vasquez, Jacqueline Yesenia Zaruma Ortiz, June Wen Vidals Cordova, Stephen Austin, Kylie Stackpole, Shannon Elizabeth Santino, Alexa Hernandez, Samantha Sayedge, Juliana Samuel, Tuyen Nagoyan, Christopher Patrimonio, Jonathan Payan, Genesis Mejia Ortiz, Ishiana Matthias, Stayan Weatherspoon, Fiona Ferguson, Jayana Bylard, Julie Tezen, Wandale Banda, Sabrina George, Jolene Cruz, Brianna Shaw, Nicholas Andrew Gravante III, Lena Jokic, Kalissa Strobine, Abdul K. Ba, Rodrigo Luna, Rocco Locasano, Amber Phillips, Darrell Clark, Andrew Burke, Thomas Mara, Luka Gajovich Protich, Alexander Gajovich Protich, Barbara Loria, Luka Bogdanov, Sophia Marino Faustino, receiving bachelor's degrees of science, Orrin Park, Maria Tare, Manveer Singh, Essence Brianna Diane Pitts, Abby Scruton, Annie Smith, Muyasira Shabovich, Fatumate Endow, Paige Thompson, Diego Loja, receiving a Bachelor's of Arts degree, Jessica Wang. Gabriela Morale, Isabella Silva, Elibeth Arias, Sarah Tiana Luyondo, Imani Welcome, Lakia Burrell, Georgina Sharona Patience, Sierra Atkins, Michaela Robinson, Cassandra Garcon, Aleka Hope Palukut, Tamenta Jamal, Tori Manuel, Megan Plant, Sharon Pauta, Laurel Herrera, Lamisha LaFleur, Ashley Alexandra Pineda Dubon, Frederick Cassell, Christian Darnowski, Francesco Messina, Saida Shah, Brianna Cummings, Jessica Rodriguez, Michaela Miguel Gates, Siobhan Cole, Jack Duval, Antonino Casiopo, Jean Rossi, Emily Wu, Melissa May Farrell, Celine Marcos, Charlie Davis, Akila Bowens, Sky Bizarro, Anna Michelle Bouchely, Jayanara Lionel Lopez, Liliana Osorio, Dewan Baptius, Amanda Pellat, Frederick Hassel, Anita Durakovic, Marilyn Guaman, Cyan Mahes, Isora Pena Reyes, Sophia Wasserman, Brooke Chun, Caroline Garcon, Jessica Oyenyechi Monye, Stephanie Alessandra Hidalgo, Rebecca Campos Negri, Valeria Andrea Solis, Salman Ahmed, Raymond Mello, Yugo Wete, Helena Huet, Catherine Guzman, Fatima Anahi Meza Prudencio, Viola Alish, Siegler Gastedo, Joel Baker, Ethan John, Liam Doda, Dylan Beidou, Brianna Gustav, Cindy Vilkis Ibarra, Sky Pizarro, Akelia Bowens, Charlie Davis, Celine Marcos, Celine Marcos, Melissa May Farrell, Alicia Villalba, Nicole Brown, Mario Giora, Jake Mangano, Patrina McKellis, Annalise Fonte, Jamie Gounod, Christian Smith, Emily Israel, Genesis Rodriguez, Julia Luces, Devin St. Bernard, Stephanie Ortiz Ventura, Carlos Gonzalez Vivauer, Khadijatu Diallo, Naomi Fields, Diana Kothias, Aaron Moses Idowu, Paris Lee, Yahaira Guadalupe Trujillo, Toreg Sharma, Jurgen Espin, Yakub Alokam, Makar Khalil, Matthew Pisano, Valedictorian Rayad Itani, Serene Arana, Christian Tipping, Abigail Gonzalez, Maria Garcia, Simratpreet Kaur, Carlin Balen Chinaho, Stephen Ashua Marie Maxwell May, Hannah Godoy, Julie Givada, Dabria Torrens, Edwin Jimbo, Jack Baker, Charlene Mothersill, Sade Phillip, Holly Mariavis, Adriana Kakurtu, Emilian Bodini, Rachel Fagan, Albiana Krikchikovic, Jason Scott, Jade Zamora, Gandhi Ruiz, Cassidy Baxter, Hari Simonis, Angelo Bana, Sebastian Arias, Abigail Oliphant, Olga Antinadi, Tom Simpson, Eliana Vaughn, Stacy Podales, Mache Trella, Deanna Tinsley, Demisa Whittingham Henry, Emily Vivian, Nancy Campos, Stephen Vasquez Nunez, Dina LaVecchia, Kayla Marie Grant, Julia Ann Sichadan, Bathuzi C. Tirero, Kofi Adisu, James Yi, Yifan Chiao, Samir Ahmed, Ali Farouk, Christopher Collins, Quinteto Shaddai, Tyler Waldron, Isaiah Perez, Jordan Salom, Roni Perez, Maria Marica, Landy Fonrose, Jessica John Cook, Alyssa Brown, Jana Marie DiMartino, Alyssa Petito, Sarah Mohammed El Haj, Buse Balantekin, Fatumata Drame, Jelani English, Nicole Rios, Daniela Yakubova, Charlie Mosiniak, Harold Santon, Nicole Montana, Isabella Colares, Meli Bulian, Bronislav Petrovic, Anya Mishkovic, Urosh Konik, Mateos Paiva, Jacob Naylor, Andrea Lancianes, Matteo Nardelli, Karen Veliz, Madeline Sandoval, Gabriela Lisbeth Montano Castillo, Aglaye Nicolavos, Jacqueline Garza, Bushra Rabbani, Jocelyn Vargas, Rwanda Hassan, Rachel Santos, Tiffany Coco Yutla, Rose Sullivan, Simone Jackson, Grania Finnegan, Vanessa Peralta, Linda Talib, Ana Suarez, Alyssa Florentin, Lunice Cirono, Tenzin Sayang, Arlene Cruz, Anjali Suraj Paul, Simon Malak, Rebecca Clemente, Valentina Solorzano, Olivia Gallega Sayeth, BA, MA, Masters of Arts, Macy Truitt, Vincent Riley, Taina Deloy, Rue John Adolphe, Willard Parker, Christelle Changel, Victoria Bertrand, Karina Guerrero, Samantha Ardito, Christina Canales McIntosh, Ekran Salim, Frank Scaglione, Mia Calafiore, Dialana Grant, Ashley Salcedo, Yosef Hassan Hafez, Hugo Arias, Felicia Poor, Ashlyn Ramna Ryan, Jada Singer, Cheyenne Scott, Victoria Zidov, Hannah Lorraine Magana, Comfort Adana Kobe, Benedicta Ayite, Kago Mutale, Tuto Monfolwe, Justin Richardson, Chrisanne Smith, Lily Laria, Anna J. Virgo, Chanel Amoni Lodge, John Paul Maxey, Cassie Alcindor, Vladislav Yegai, Nayeli Garcia Toole, Jonathan Alaman Kaije, Emily Castellano, Joshua Vieira, Eric Neary, Emma Reichert, Isabel Olivo, Nina Pluvios, Chelsea Fleming, Layla Bukhari, Sister Teresa Lemere, Sister Feliciana Chelagua, and last but not least, Janice Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up one more time for the class of 2025. At this time, I call upon Dr. John Edwards, Vice President for Academic Affairs for Undergraduate Education, to officially confer the degrees for the class of 2025.
Graduates, please rise. As a symbol that you have moved past one stage in life and are now ready to face new ones, please move your tassel from right to left. It is my honor and privilege to present to you the St. Francis College Class of 2025. Congratulations.
We conclude now with the benediction delivered by fellow members of the class of 2025, Health Promotion and Science major Serene Arana and Biology major Christian Tipping. The benediction will be followed by the singing of our alma mater, led by Dr. Rayanne Kiriakou, and our recessional. The words to the alma mater are printed on the back of your program. Events like today's commencement wouldn't be possible without a dedicated team working behind the scenes to create meaningful moments that matter for our students. Please join me in giving Dean Ruben Gonzalez and his team a well-deserved round of applause for everything they did to make today so special for our graduates and their families. Once again, thank you for joining us today to celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2025. I would now ask everyone to welcome Serene Arana and Christian Tipping for the benediction.
Good afternoon, St. Francis. Good afternoon. As we conclude the celebration at St. Francis College, I invite everyone to bow their heads in reverence, remembering we are always in the loving presence of our faithful God. Gracious and eternal God, we thank you for this day, for the journey that has brought us here, and for the unity that binds us. Thank you for the unseen ways you have guided and provided. As we enter into new chapters, lead us with your steady hand. Help us trust your good plan, even when the path is unclear. Remind us we are never alone, for your Spirit is with us.
Awaken in us a deep sense of purpose. Reveal our unique gifts formed by your design. May we use them boldly and joyfully to serve others and renew the world. May we be instruments of peace, bearers of light, and vessels of your grace. For all we have learned, we give thanks. For all that lies ahead, we trust in you. Amen. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Alma mater, hail to thee. Loyal friends, salute thee. Memories of thy name recall, deep affection for thee. Thy ideal shall ever be inspiration constantly, binding us together, binding us to thee. Hail, Saint Francis, we thine own, loyal to thee ever. Sing the praises of thy name with a chord together. List the pledge we give anew, loyal to thy red and blue alma mater to